Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another amazing episode of your My One Stop podcast. This right here is Afro Journal Podcast, where we bring you stories that are impacting your lives. We bring you people doing amazing works in the Black community, and of course, we dissect issues that are affecting our everyday life. Before I proceed, I would have to plead with you, please. If you've not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to our channel, like and share. That is how we get the pat on the back that we're doing amazing works. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest on this episode is a special guest. She's special because she's an extremely important and integral part in every traditional wedding, especially in the Yoruba culture. She's like a mediator. She's like a negotiator between the bride's family and the groom's family. She brings all the groove, the glaze, the glamour, the razzmatazz. She brings all the paparazzis and all the energy. Ladies and gentlemen, she is called the Alaga. What is really the meaning of Alaga? I have no idea, but I'm about to find out what Alaga means and more. Ladies and gentlemen, let us meet our guest. She is popularly known as Iyawolangbe. How are you doing, ma?
Hi, everybody. Let me ask first, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I had to use that. I mean, because that is your social media handle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, but your real name is
Olufunmilayo Ajibade.
Ajibade.
Yeah.
We have so many things to ask you, but first, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Shoot, I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm
Once
alright.
again.
I'm doing good.
And let me just let me just put this in.
Tell me.
I don't only represent the Yoruba culture alone. And
Oh,
tradition.
you don't? Oh, really?
So we cut
Great.
across tribes and ethnic, and across we have different weddings like this, like the Yorubas getting married for somebody from the US, Igbo, Yoruba, Akwa Ibom, Igbo, Hausa.
It's cross-cultural.
Cross-cultural. Thank you.
Wow,
So it's across all the ethnicity and the tribes that we have, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard that. Not just the Yoruba culture. This is now cross-cultural.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now we're going to start like this. A lot of questions have been burning. They have been burning in my mind. I'm going to ask you those questions. This is going to be a smooth conversation, by the way.
Thank you.
So I want you to relax yourself. And let's have a good time. Don't worry. Great. All right. First things. We want to know, through my introduction, I mentioned the word Alaga. What exactly is an Alaga?
Okay, so in a layman's term, I would say that an Alaga is that person, that a mediator,
Okay.
between two families,
Okay.
bringing them together,
Okay.
in terms of marriage,
Okay.
like joining their son and their daughter
Okay.
together.
Okay.
So in the olden days, they call them Alarino in Yoruba language.
Okay.
Alarino means that the person that represents both the bride and the groom's family, that talks to them, that is your son okay to marry our daughter? Is our daughter okay to marry your son?
Okay.
So that's what transcends into the Alaga job.
Oh.
Where we represent the family on the traditional wedding day.
Okay.
So that's basically the meaning of an Alaga, a mediator between both families that their children are coming together.
I was pretty much right in my introduction, like a mediator, a negotiator.
Yeah.
Now there is a word used. We have the Alaga Ijoko and we have the Alaga Iduro. What?
See, let me tell you something. Even before I myself became an Alaga, I used to mix it up and be like, who is Ijoko, who is Iduro? So for those of people that are still confused, and Alaga Ijoko is the person representing the bride's family. Because she is the one in the house that they are coming, the Alaga Iduro is coming to meet. The Alaga Iduro is the one standing, representing the groom's family.
Wow.
Ijoko is the one sitting, waiting to receive them into their family.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have been waiting to understand this particular term for a pretty long time.
Very simple. But a lot of people mix it up.
I still do.
So sometimes when you just order the Ijoko, the bride, Iduro, the groom.
Oh, is there a difference in disseminating your duties, or is the same duty as the Alaga Ijoko and the Alaga Iduro?
So yeah, there's a big difference because Ijoko is the person that receives the family, asks for the intention of the groom's family, what they have come to do, where they're from, and he or she is the one that drills the groom and let the groom tell the family by himself his intention on that particular day. So I would like to say this briefly that Ijoko's work is quite extensive than the Duro.
Oh.
But in a situation whereby the both Alaga works together, they can like share the duties into 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Is there sometimes a conflict between both the Alaga? Okay, because from your explanation right now, it means that in a traditional wedding, we have two Alagas.
Yes.
There is one Iduro, there's one Ijoko.
One Ijoko, absolutely.
Do you meet before the traditional wedding itself? Do you guys have like some sort of pocket meeting before the event starts, or they bring theirs, you bring yours? Is there some sort of
usually the men how it's supposed to be is for both Alagas to have a pre-meeting to before the wedding to talk about how we do the job on the day, how we go through the program. Like, this is what you're doing, this is what I'm doing, this is how it's gonna be. That is how it's meant to be. But due to like time constraint and so many things, the meeting is being held on the day of the wedding, shortly before the wedding start. But I remember back in Nigeria, even now, a lot of event planners, they allow both Alagas to they want you guys to meet each other. You talk about the program. We do it now. We do it now. Before, it's not really it's not something that we usually do. But now, a lot of event planners, they insist that the meeting must take place. Everybody must know when they come in to do their jobs and whatever they need to do, what they need to say, what they shouldn't say, what the bride or the groom will like in the event of the program, what they wouldn't like. We meet, we talk about it. And talking about conflicts, people will always fight now.
Yeah, word.
People always fight. But one thing I prevent myself from doing is, even if you're somebody that that our energy is in contrast, I try as much as possible to manage it. Yeah, because it does not it says a lot about you when you're working and you're being nonchalant with your words while you're working for the family that you're representing. Although back home, a lot of Alagas, they don't really care. They say whatever they like into the mic and they throw caution in the wind. But
true.
Olufumlayo, Iyawolangbe will never do that. Even when you try to make me when you try to upset me, I count 1 to 100 and I keep my cool because a lot of people are watching.
Why I ask this is because before I became a public speaker, I used to host weddings and events. And back in Nigeria also, I've been privileged to host a lot of weddings. And I see that, and we're coming to the fun part, by the way. We're coming to the fun part. But I see that sometimes, some Alagas, no disrespect to the Alagas out there, some are not very experienced enough. And you see them having conflict with maybe the bride's family, the groom's family. They said some things they weren't supposed to say. And sometimes I see there was a time in particular, I was going to host a wedding, though the Alaga ate very deep into the time when the reception was going to start. But I saw two persons having a quarrel. And I tried to eavesdrop into the conversation. I didn't get it clearly. Then I asked, what's going on? Somebody mentioned that the woman is the Alaga Ijoko, then the person is the Alaga Iduro. I'm like, do they quarrel? And I didn't know this day was going to come.
They do.
Right. I knew this day was going to come. So that's why. Oh, really?
They do. And one of the things that make people quarrel when they say provocative words to each other is because a lot of people make assumptions about other people that they haven't met. Maybe that person's friends have met this person, then you end up meeting the person on the job. You just assume that, oh, this is how this person is, and you throw caution in the wind. You want to like misbehave and say silly things and everything. But like I said, I always manage. I tell Holy Spirit, please speak through my mouth, because like I said, people are watching.
True.
People are watching, and you know our job is so big that you never can tell who is in the midst of the family and friends that have come for the wedding.
Very correct.
I'd love to hire you next time. Just
Word.
a very little mistake can
stop that from happening.
Can even like make a mark on your career. And I can assure you, even though we have internet right now, the words of mouth is still the biggest form of advertisement.
Marketing too, yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
you cannot throw that away.
I agree,
so
100%.
Whatever you say out there, when people are not there, you should watch your words.
True.
Because it goes a long way.
True. Word.
Yeah.
Now let's start the career now. How did you go into this? Because I watch a lot of the videos, and even when I knew you were going to be a guest on our podcast, I started paying scrupulous attention to it. And I see that you don't just do it, you enjoy doing it. There is a difference between when you do something because of the money and when you enjoy doing it. I see that you really enjoy. There was a particular post I saw, you were holding 2 letters with you, and you were like, I don't know if it was, hire me and get 2 of those letters free. One of your posts, another. I see that you enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
How did you get into the business of Alaga?
Okay. Interesting. So, in my school days as a last white, I used to follow my one of my big aunties.
Okay.
She's a poem ex-president right now.
Okay.
My name is Olufumbi Akinyoso, a Dunamis event, and my grandma handed me over to her to teach me event planning and decoration.
Oh.
Yeah, so I learned a lot of things before I finally became Alaga. But there's something that struck me that told me that, Fumi, you can't be a decorator and event planner. So if you're used to Unilag very well, there's this multi-purpose hall in Unilag. Then they've not demarcated it into 3. It's just a multi-purpose hall. It's very big like that. I think it's up to like, is it 2,000 or 3,000 capacity or 1,000 or something? But I know now they've demarcated it into 1,000. But then it's so big that we have to use our fabric to demarcate it if you're having a small gathering. So this particular event, this bride and groom, their parents have a lot of crowd.
Okay.
So we decorated the all multi-purpose hall.
Wow.
It hasn't been demarcated then. I think we used more than 2 days to set it up. Then the bride's mom came in at 6:30 in the morning this particular Saturday. I think they were preparing to go to church. We're preparing that place for the reception, and she was like, Fumbida. And we're like, oh ma, she's over there. So I think Aunt Fumbi was preparing the flowers that she's trying to put it together with everyone that I can count the number of us that were working that day, with the guys that are climbing the ladders and the ladies that are putting the chairs and everything, because the guests were going to be having, they were up to 1,500 guests. No. You can imagine that much. We're up to like 25 or 30 people working in that hall. Wow. And we'll be working for past 48 hours. And the woman looked at the hall and she was like, Fumbi, you people have to bring all these things down. I'm not pleased with it. This is rubbish. Yes. For work we've been doing for 48 hours.
What?
She broke down and started crying. And I look at myself that day. I said, Fumi, are you signing up for this? No. No, no. And see, I knew within myself that day that an event planner, decorator, is not my destiny. No. Because people cannot work for 48 hours and you come just for 30 minutes to observe and you like, this is not going to work for me. Who does that?
That's very ludicrous. I get it.
She started crying. She broke down. She had to invite maybe like 10 extra guys.
Yeah, just to keep
remove
up.
The fabrics, and we started the decoration of the hall all over again. That's like 4 or 5 hours before the event starts.
Oh my goodness.
So that day I told myself I wasn't going to be a decorator and event planner. So I changed the strategy.
Jackba.
So I love talking, right?
Okay.
And when I talk, people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm someone who, when you see me, I come across to you like someone who is very, very social, jovial. I think due to maturity now, then age, having grown up kids, I've really like
Reduce
I don't
the
talk
energy.
as much. Yeah, I don't talk as much except I'm old on the mic. So then back then I was still bubbly and everything, and I told myself, I can be an Alaga now. You know,
like
we've been doing weddings. Yeah,
I even like the attitude.
we've been doing weddings that we'll be the one to decorate for the Alaga to come in and do the traditional wedding before they start the reception. And we are decorator. At the end of the day, I'm one of the coordinators for the ushers and everything. So I told Auntie Fumi, I'm like, oh, sis, it seems it's this Alaga me I want to do. She was not like, okay, hey, let's look for somebody that will teach you. So she introduced me to my boss that taught me the work. And you know, like you said, I started an Alaga out of passion. I love talking to people. I love to express myself. I love when people laugh. I love when you meet me, when you have an issue, like some of the people that know me will tell you, when you come to me with an issue and when we talk, you end up like being relaxed. I remember someone told me 2 weeks ago that I'm not answering my calling, and I told the person that what is that calling? He said, you have a gift of you impacting people, helping them to solve the issues in their life, not carrying their burden on their head. And I told him that people are complicated. That's why I shy from that side of the world. No, I don't want to be that person, because people will dump their problems on you. And at the end of the day, you end up carrying people's problem on your head, and you end up like dragging your own behind you. Like Jehovah will say, me, if I but in my own little way, I still do it, like help people out. But I know that I have that gift. That craft is in me to talk to people, to carry people along. And I'm a very bold young lady then. There's nobody that I can't talk to. I remember back in last one day, I addressed our provost out of the crowd. So that was what really prompted me into being an Alaga. And ever since then, I never looked back. That I started, I think, over 15 or 16, 17 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. I
have never looked back. I love talking to people. I love making people laugh. I love singing. I love eulogizing people. I'm that kind of people that when I hype you, I know. you remember me for this. I'm like, why is that woman again? So it's what I love doing. And I am so glad that I took up that mantle to be an Alaga.
Would you advise that the craft of being an Alaga must be learned, or someone can in passing start to learn it from just attending weddings, or it is important, it is integral for you to have like a coach or a mentor to guide you through the process? Because through your conversation, I learned that your aunt, if I'm not mistaken, she introduces somebody who taught you the process. Yes. And the craft. Would you say that to be an Alaga, you must go through that tutelage, or you can just simply watch YouTube videos and get into some weddings and start?
No, so let me just put a quick word. So I noticed that a lot of people feel that just by getting manuals or watching YouTube video or checking some pages of some Alaga, you can actually be an Alaga. No. See, being an Alaga is something that is, it's a profession that is really, really like, is big. Is like an ocean. It has its good feelings and it has its bad feelings too. Like, it has ups and downs. It's not just about you standing in front of people and talking. You get to some events, you really need to calm down and read the atmosphere before you open your mouth.
Word.
Because I discovered that most times now, people just get to venues and they just feel that, we are here to make money today. There are some families that they don't even want you to talk about money at all. You need to read the situation. You need to read the atmosphere. And you dissect it. You filter some things you think you should do and some things you shouldn't do before you start talking. That way, it gives you a soft landing to work with the families that you're working with. Even though you've had meetings with them before that day, the atmosphere changes. A lot of things happen on the day of the wedding.
Wow.
You wouldn't want to say things that will
Yeah, blow up the place.
That will blow things out of proportion, because little words like this can skyrocket things into that you don't even mean it.
Sure.
So I feel personally, my personal opinion, that people need to be taught the do's and don'ts on this job. It's not something that you just, like the word that they're saying on the internet now, that umaganusi. It's not something that you should do. You should look for someone that you feel that you can learn from, and just don't learn it for, like, maybe you do some weeks of class and you feel like you become your own boss.
Word.
No, you need to serve somebody. You watch the person doing that job.
Wow.
You go with the person to occasions, to events. You see how it's been done. You see the challenges that they are going through, how it's been resolved. Then you can use that experience to start your own. Because without experience, sometimes you make a lot of mistakes. Coach and mentor. Okay, there's a word that says that coach help you to achieve your dreams in life, while a mentor takes you through the rudiments. Yeah. Like step by step. True. Of what they've been through. You not making the same mistake like what they have done. Yeah, true. Like they help you to achieve your dreams faster. So you need to have a mentor. And if you don't want to have a mentor, get yourself a coach. Someone you can always like go to and tell them that, okay, this is what happened. This is what I've done. Because I believe everybody needs someone that they can talk to, that can give them good advice to forge ahead in life.
Wow. Guys, I know you are learning. I'm also learning a whole lot too. Let's now dive deeper into the conversation. The way Alaga was done at that time, in the old days, and the way it has been done now, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have transformed. If I should also add, a lot of things has transmogrified. They have turned, they have turned in a split of a second from where it was to where it is right now, in a split of a second. Absolutely. Because we are in an ever-evolving world. Is there a difference from your experience? I haven't established that you've been doing this for like 17 years. Yeah. Is there a difference between how it was done at that time and how it is being done at this time?
Today. Okay, so I would say that when I started Alaga, it's mainly about you going there to celebrate with to mediate between the two families. You sing Gorilu for the parents of the couple. You sing for the bride, you sing for the groom. There's no much like paparazzi then. Okay. You just do the job straight, get to the core tradition of what you've come to do, show the area, do what needs to be done, like it should be done in Yoruba land or Igbo land or Hausa or Akwa Ibom, like whichever family that or tribe that you're representing or ethnic group. That's the way it's been done when I started. Okay. But now it's changed. It's changed in the sense that when I started, Analaga don't dance hip hop. It's a more serious work, but now it's more flexible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's very serious back then. Like it's something that is, and it's timely too. But now it's more refined. Okay. We have the 21st century. What will I put it? Oh, I forgot this English. Input. We have the 21st century, the modern day input, whereby you have people sing, they dance. You see Alaga now, 2 Alagas doing dancing competition. When I started, we don't do that. But now it's happening now because things have evolved. Okay. Like a lot of things have happened, and if you don't even do those things now, the dancing part now, people will see you as boring Alaga. Wow. Yeah.
Is there? Okay, let me put this into a clearer perspective. People who are custodian of the old type of Alaga. We still have people who, no matter the change that happens, they are still fixated on the way they were before.
No. Even the baby boomers now are dancing.
Oh, really?
They can't be fixated. Who patronize you? What are you saying? I don't want to mention them, but there are the big mummies in the industry too are dancing now.
Oh, wow.
Where? You will dance, oh? You will dance. How now? Who hire you? Nobody will hire you now. You have to infuse the dancing into what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, all the jobs will be given to the Gen Zs alone. Because even now, we have the Gen Zs are the ones that are all over the place on the job now.
Wow.
When I started, we don't have so much people being an Alaga. Now, you count thousands of Alaga in Nigeria.
Is it a saturated industry?
Yes, it's very much saturated. It's very, very much. Plus the ones that learned the work and the ones that are learning on YouTube and getting manuals from whatever they get it from. All of them are calling themselves Alaga. There is a video I released recently that I said, if you know that you can't do this job, go and learn tailor or learn mechanic. I'm so sorry. I apologize for the people for mentioning the tailor and mechanic, and I didn't mean it that way. I apologize.
Sure,
apologies.
Sure.
I didn't mean it that way. That like maybe your job is more easier or something. But at least if you're gonna like become a fashion designer, you know you have to learn the work.
True.
If you want to become a mechanic, you know you have to learn it.
True.
But a lot of people feel that they don't need to learn Alaga before they become one.
And it's spoiling your work.
They just say it in their church. Hey, me not in Shalaga. Oh, I'm doing Alaga now. And they just jump into the work. And they hold the mic. And you always know them when you come across them.
You know them, huh?
Like, seriously, even some that they even teach the work self, they are not even meant to leave their bosses yet. And they tell people that they've become boss. They too, they are producing mentees. Somebody that is still meant to be under someone.
He's already having a mentee.
He's already having mentees. Do you know how many years it took me before I started having mentees?
Wow.
I think it took me almost like 8 or 9 years into this profession before I started, because I deliberately told myself I want to be ready psychologically, mentally, spiritually, physically. But a lot of people are not even ready. And they just feel, it be not in low motion. Like, are you kidding me?
Where did it happen?
Because it's what you know that you teach people.
Word.
You can't teach people what you don't know.
Word.
And that's why we see a lot of people that are not even qualified to be an Alaga in every aspect. And they call themselves Alaga.
Wow.
Like, this job is beyond the way people are, like, handling it now. You're representing 2 families. You shouldn't come holding the mic saying vulgar words or saying some words that are
pretty much inappropriate
words. Like, you don't say some things when you're like talking about the bride or the groom. Like, there are some words that when I hear them, I'll just be like, oh,
is this my same industry?
Is this the same industry?
Is this my same industry?
God help us.
Amen. So still on that, but just a little bit by the side though. Is there a huge difference with the way Alaga is being done back in Nigeria and right here in North America? To put things into a clear perspective, here we have more of the whites attending the weddings, and we see there was one of your videos that pretty much fascinated me. It was one that you were teaching these white guys how to do focus, right? You told them to put their hands like this. I was rolling on the floor. It really fascinated me. So is there a huge difference between how it's been done back in Nigeria and how it's been done here? I'm
going to shock you that even though that we have a lot of our parents here that have been here for decades, a lot of them are still custodian of our culture.
Oh, wow.
And they don't want to throw it away.
Oh.
So whoever you heard that you are getting married to their son or their daughter, they still want that culture, that Igbo culture, Akwa Ibom culture, that Hausa culture, that Yoruba culture to show. Whenever their kids are getting married. You know, our culture is so rich.
Word.
And it is very fascinating and interesting.
Word.
Like, imagine the way we dress with the beads, the coral, the iyong, and everything, our showcase, sonyo, and you know, the way jawu and all those clothings. When people dress in it, people really love it. Like, other ethnic groups and other tribes and other, like, countries, they fall in love with our dressing.
True. I can attest to it.
And our custom and our tradition.
Can attest to it.
That's why it's really fantastic when we're hosting events in this part of the world. Because they want to do every integral part of the event that is our culture. And God bless every parent in diaspora for still sticking to their custom and tradition and not throwing it out the window when their kids are getting married. Even sometimes when I tell them that, oh, can we remove this or remove that? You hear some daddies and mommies, I'll be like, no. Some of my clients, they'll be like, no. Iyawolangbe, we stick to every details, but just be timely.
Wow. So no difference.
Absolutely no difference.
Wow.
I can tell you. Back home, we do engagement programs for like an hour and a half, an hour. We do it here.
Wow.
We anchor traditional weddings for 3 hours, 2 hours plus back home. We do it here. So it's still the same. It just depends on who is handling the mic.
Oh, wow. I got that message on who is handling the microphone.
It depends on who is handling the mic.
I got your message. I got that message. It depends on who is handling, but I got the message. I got the message.
Whether you want to enjoy your event or not, it depends on who you're hiring.
True. Word.
And that's why if you don't hire someone that you know that can really give you the vibe, the energy, that can really show forth the tradition and the customs of your tribe or your ethnic group, why are you hiring an Alaga?
True. Ladies and gentlemen, that further endorses the fact that when you want to hire, don't just hire. Hire absolute competence. That way, you get value for your money and even more.
Absolutely.
And she's here. You know, you need to go to her page, guys. You'll be so happy you did. Now, something bothers me.
Okay.
Before I switched into being a public speaker, like I said, I used to host events and weddings. I hardly see a male Alaga, either the Alaga Iduro or the Alaga Ijoko. At some point, I concluded that it is a business, it is a craft that is filled with women. Mm-hmm. Do you have men do Alaga?
Oh my God. Stop it now.
I have
there
not.
Are plenty on the internet now.
I have not seen.
There are plenty on IG, on Facebook now. Me, I will mention names.
I got
I
your
don't
message
want to be
again.
that person that
I
will
got
be
your
like,
message again.
I don't want to be that person. Like, oh, this person is being interviewed and she refused. I will mention names. From one of the pace setters that I know in the industry, I remember the person that mentored me on this job always mentioned this name. He's one of the pace setter, the veteran in the industry, which is Sake. They call him Sake Bobo.
Okay.
So Uncle Larry Ajose, I think he's KSNG now.
Oh.
So Idowu Alaga Okorin. So Jide Alaga. So Kola Alaga.
Oh wow.
So Oniyi Alaga. So there are so many.
Wow.
And should I bust your bubbles?
Please do.
If these guys sing for you.
Absolute goosebumps.
Oh my God. If these guys, if they like anchor event and they sing for you, you will not even remember that this is a female dominated profession.
Wow.
These guys are good. That's the truth.
Wow.
We have so many males in this industry that they are doing fantastically well.
Do they have preferences? Like, do the bride's family or the groom's family, do they have preferences when it comes to the gender? Like, oh, I want a female Alaga, oh, I want a male Alaga. Or do you sometimes get that type of preference? Like, oh, I want a female Alaga for my wedding? That kind of stuff.
Sometimes, but not always. Like, it's really rare.
Okay.
But you know, Igbo weddings, when you have like the intertribal weddings like Igbo and Yoruba, you know, mostly the people from the Southwest like love when men represent them, right?
Yes, very correct.
So
very correct.
That's where the men are really, really useful.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. But I can assure you that a lot of clients, I don't think they really be like, oh, I want a male or a female Alaga. See, clients, they are like, what will I call them? There's a saying I usually say that Alagbere la won ti won ba wa raja. they go with the tune of the moment. If it's a male Alaga that is reigning right now, they go with the person. If it's a female Alaga that's trending, let me use that word.
Trending, yeah.
They go with whoever is trending. So if it's a male Alaga that is trending, they go with the male Alaga. If it's a female, they go with the female. But let me tell you, because of the internet and IG and TikTok and whatever, we have so many now. So you can't actually say, oh, this is the person that is trending. We have a lot of Alagas that are trending right now, from the millennials to the Gen Zs to the baby boomers and so forth.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still confused right now because
why are you confused?
I'm listen, guys, I'm discombobulated because I have not seen before, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Maybe I might have heard, but seeing, I always see a female doing it, always
all the time, because it's a female dominated
especially
profession.
when I'm even hosting, or maybe when I attend, a friend's wedding or something, maybe I'm prostrating, standing, and all of those things that you guys ask us to do, yeah. I see that is female dominated, and so
it's a female dominated.
Wow. So we have men
but
doing
we have
it.
fantastic men. Wow. Amazing.
Wow.
That when they sing, you will not want them to stop.
Wow.
When you listen to the one of the people that makes me cringe, like not the negative cringes, like the positive ones, is first time I heard Uncle Aria Joseph sing. He's an Alaga and he's a fantastic guy when he sings. Wow. The same thing with Ido Alaga Okori. Wow. The same thing with Jide Gold Alaga. Wow. The same thing with Oniyi, Kola, and every one of them. These guys, huge industry. They are doing well. Fantastically well. Wow. If you go through their pages, you see that they are really doing well.
Is it a lucrative industry?
It's lucrative.
I said that. She just whispered quiet. He just whispered, you're like, it's lucrative.
You see, that's why I had to release that video that I said, don't come into this profession because of the money. Don't come and embarrass your family, please. Because if people see you saying things you're not meant to see and it goes viral, it's going to affect the people that are related to you. True. Don't go into it because of the money. Go into it because you have passion for it. It's an interesting and a very lucrative industry. But if you're not passionate enough, you're going to wither very fast.
Word.
But when you have passion for it and you do it effortlessly, that money will look for you.
It feels like they're paying you for what you love to do.
Yeah. I got to, you said you went through my page and you saw how much I love the job.
Yes.
It got to a stage, it got to a phase in my career. Some people call me to ask me if I'm busy for a so date, if they can move it to the weekend that follows, if I'm free.
Wow.
Yes.
Just because they want you to be there.
Just because they want me to be there.
Amazing.
When they were planning maybe like 6 months to the wedding. I remember that I was, and the way God designed our journey, it's very, very funny. But because of my kids, I just have to step out of that role to be in Canada too. I enjoy every moment that I was back home, working back to back from Monday till Sunday.
But you're still doing it here. I'm
still doing it here, but you can't compare it to when I was in Nigeria.
Word.
Weekends in Nigeria from Wednesday to Sunday, one day I have 3 jobs. Like, I've worked in a situation whereby there are some venues in Oregon that inside that event center, we have like 3 venues, different venues.
Yeah.
Like, this venue, someone is getting married there, another person is getting married here. I've worked in this venue in the morning and I get to do Alaga in the other venue in the afternoon.
It's lucrative.
Very lucrative.
Mr. Producer.
In fact, my husband didn't know that Alaga work is that lucrative because he has always been the one that handled everything that we buy in the house. We've always lived in our own house. Mm-hmm. So from bills and everything, he didn't know that my business was lucrative until he got to know how much I have in my savings. And he was like, business is lucrative. Just do the right thing. And the money will come looking for you.
Mr. Producer, sir. We are going to have a conversation after now. Cause
you can come, I will mentor you. We have mail in the industry.
This is so good. And I like the fact that you are pretty honest. Because some persons would not be this honest to even let us know that it's lucrative. Like, no, because they don't want people to, to come and dominate. But
It's
what is for you will always
already.
be it's saturated already. But I mean, the fact that the good ones will always be singled out all the time is something that I think that's one thing that gives you rest of mind, that no matter what I say, they will come, because I've built my portfolio, I've built my pedigree to a point where I know they'll come.
Thank you for mentioning that. I remember when I first got to Canada and I was with a family friend, and I remember that auntie saying, le think popular Nigeria wa fi shishen bi bayo, meaning that you cannot you can't stand on the fact that you have fame in Nigeria to work in Canada. You have to do some free jobs in Canada.
Wow.
To be known. And I did not say anything. If it was my younger self, I would have replied and said, "Hello, only taking free job." But because I told you that maturity has really set in with age for me, and I just said, but I knew deep inside me that I'm not going to do a free job because I was a professional Alaga back home. I don't know why I should start doing it because I want to put food on my table here. And this place is very easy because while even being an Alaga, you have your 9 to 5 that you're doing.
True.
And here it's flexible for you to do whatever you want to do. If you don't get caught up with doing 2-3 jobs, if you can have one job and still do your side also, you will be fine. So that is exactly what I'm doing. While I'm doing my 9 to 5, I still have the time to be an Alaga, which has always been integral part of me, And one thing about this job is when I got here, I felt that I came here to relax. I wanted to go on a sabbatical leave. I didn't want to start working immediately because when I was leaving Nigeria, and I checked my email of the people that have sent out invoice and receipt and family information form to, it was over 650 families. What? Yeah. And that was when I even started sending emails. What of before then?
Wow.
So the number of years that I have in my email was when I started sending emails. What about the jobs that I've done before then?
Yeah. That's a lot. Iyawolangbe, that's
a whole lot. So when I got here, I felt, I want to come and rest, Jerry. I want to go on sabbatical.
But
you know what? Aside the passion, but I was tired. Let me tell you the truth, I did too many. I have voice now. Then I don't normally have voice. My voice would have been gone. If you check when I did Lateef Adedimeji's video on YouTube, you'll see that I was unable to sing because that weekend in Ado-Ekiti, I hosted 2 weddings before Lateef's wedding.
What?
And we started traveling from Tuesday. December is very busy.
Yeah.
We traveled from Ibadan. We did a job in Ibadan. We did one in Oshogbo. We did in Akure. And on Friday, we got to Ado. We did a wedding.
Wow.
I did one before church in Ado-Ekiti, and I did Lateef Zone in the afternoon.
It was enough for
and
you to
we
go
had to return back to Lagos to work at a venue in VI on Sunday and also in Ikeja in the afternoon. On Sunday in the morning in VI, at Ikeja in the afternoon. We drove into Lagos at 3 a.m. I had a fantastic driver then. I have fantastic people on my team. As in everybody, hands were on deck. I enjoyed every bit of my career back in Nigeria. And I know very soon people are going to start seeing me back home because I plan to start going back home to work like I used to.
Yeah.
Because my kids are they're settled in Canada already.
Yeah.
But really, it's fantastic. But let me put this in. When I thought I was going to go on for sabbatical, somebody drew me out of my corner. And that was Diola Celebrations. Celebrations by Diola. She said, no, Auntie Fumi, she don't normally call me Auntie Fumi. She's my good friend. And Diola was like, no, you need to come and do this job here. We want you to start doing it here. So even without me advertising myself, people already have eyes for me. So this lady's here. Yes, we want you to be our Alaga. Without even me coming out to tell people that I'm now in Canada. That is the grace upon my brand. And I really thank God for it. I'm not boasting.
Oh, wow. I
thank God for it.
This is really, really great. This is really, really great. We want to ask, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, would the Alaga business still be preserved? Because we have a lot of, a lot of change, a lot of switch for our younger kids, would they still have the rare privilege of tapping from the inspiration of this Alaga sweetness?
Okay, so there are some things that you can't say in English. It won't be sweet.
Please say it in Yoruba. We'll translate, don't worry.
Meaning our tradition and custom can never be extinguished. Lie. Why? Lie. It's like you saying that the way I'm dressed will go out of fashion. Like out of trends. No matter how much things are evolving, dressing can evolve, styles, designs can evolve. But our custom and tradition still stands because it is who we are.
True.
And we can't throw it away. The moment you throw it away, then you are nobody. You don't know who you are.
Wow.
The moment you throw your culture, your tradition, the custom of where you're from, you throw it out the window, then you become a nobody. You can't identify with anywhere.
True. Word.
So our custom and our tradition is who we are, and that's why it can't be extinguished.
Oh wow, that's so gratifying to hear. It's so sweet to hear that even if my producer's son, the very little fine one, grows up, of course he's going to need a Alaga for his wedding.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Now let's get to the fun part, right? Because I've been having so much fun since. Let's add some fun parts to it. First up, every time you host a traditional wedding, are you obligated to go with the colors of the day?
Yes.
Or, because this is me at the back of my mind, if I go with your answer, it means that you might have like 6 different type of wardrobes. Because for every wedding you host, apparently you have one cloth, and I don't know. So could you just please walk us through that process? Are you obligated to it, or you're mandated to do it?
If you really want to blend with your family that you're representing, you need to wear what they're wearing.
Wow.
Yes. And at a point, my husband actually left our master bedroom for me. Now, I'm not saying that sleeping there.
Yeah, I know.
He took out his things and take it to the other wardrobe. For me, don't worry. Just don't, I had to call a carpenter I have 3 extra wardrobes back home. And now that I'm in Canada, I think I have 1 extra wardrobe already.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So you are not compelled to do it. You just want to, for the sake of professionalism, you just want to represent 100%.
Professionalism, and you want to blend with the family that you're working for. And most times, most brides' mom, they are sweet. They give you their showcase, their mask, their mask, they give it to you that Alaga, you must look like us, so you must represent us perfectly well.
Oh, I see.
Do you understand?
I do.
So they give you the ashwebi and the geli and the ikpele, so that you blend with them.
Wow.
So sometimes you have 7, 8, or 10 yellow in your 10 yellow gele and the fabric. You have purple, yellow gele and fabric. You have, you just have those clothes and due to internet right now, you can't do too much of repetition of clothes.
You cannot do, especially if you want to post, you cannot do it.
You cannot do it.
Except if you don't want to post. But if you want to post, you can. Because you know what? There are some people, listen, for me, there are some people that have come to figure out that their main job on the internet is just to look for something negative about you.
Thank you, God bless you.
That's why they opened the page.
I met a lady one time like that. It was a grandeur in Ikeja. I went for a wedding, and there's this nude stilettos that I used to wear. It makes me comfortable. I like wearing stilettos, but I love to be comfortable with them because I dance with the bride and the groom. So there's this particular nude stilettos that I wear every time. And this lady looked at me and was like, I was at the wedding that you did 2 weeks ago, and I was at the one that you did a month ago.
Wow.
Is this not that your shoe?
Wow.
Or long? What? I was like, are you kidding me? Why are you looking at my legs?
Yes, they do. That's their job.
She said it passively, as in, she didn't mean it she just said it out of I love this your shoes on you, makes you the way I interpreted it, she said it in a way that I think this shoe makes you comfortable. You know, if it's someone like yeah, people are watching you. You know, I said it that people are watching you because the moment you hold the mic, you're the one they look at your dressing.
Yes.
They look at the way you talk.
True.
They look at the way you command your words.
True.
They look at everything. Let me put this in. I was at an event one day that I wanted to do my thing, and the bride's mom introduced me to a caucus of friends. And before I even opened my mouth to greet one of the bride's friend's mom, the woman told me that I'm doing her daughter's wedding. And do you know why? Do you know the reason why she said so? No. Even without seeing my work, she said, "I love." God bless you.
Yes, of course.
She said, you have a power presence, and the way you carry yourself with your dressing, I love it. Of course. You know, back in the days, the Mama Alagas, they don't really dress. Some of them even wear slippers.
Yeah.
But I remember when I started this profession, and I see that I've started my brand has started gaining much audience. I went to finishing school. Yeah, I went to finishing school in Ikoyi. Like, I just wanted them to take care of the way I talk, the way I look at people when I'm talking, the way I shake hands, because you meet some clients before your event.
Sure.
The way I interact with my clients on the phone.
Sure.
The way I walk, the way I sit, when I stand, the posture that I used to talk. So I felt that I needed it. It cost me a lot, but I did it, and I am glad that I did.
Sure.
Because it made me carve a niche for myself.
I was telling some persons back, I said, as a master of ceremony, as a public speaker, when you are in the work or the job of standing in front of people, your appearance is the first thing that announces you before you announce yourself. That's the first thing. Because as a matter of fact, some persons can dress extremely well and not be noticed. Even if they try to come late to the event because they want to be noticed. Right? Yeah. They will not be, because they might be maybe at a point of the hall or something. But everybody in the hall is looking at you. So before you say a word, it is your dressing that says that word for you before you. And it's true. I quite understand when they want to give you that job, because of course, if you are not looking very, very well, nobody wants to be badly represented. Nobody does. So it is great. You're doing a fantastic job. And you see those people that you spoke about, the ones that I spoke about, the ones that just opened their Instagram page. Some are faceless, by the way. And I wanted to say this before. Some are faceless. They don't put a picture. But the reason they open their page is just to look at you and not see anything good about you.
Absolutely.
They start to be very circumspect about what you wear. If you change it, they would start commenting. All the good things you say, it doesn't appeal to them. But the bad ones, not the bad ones, the one that probably you might say, or they don't understand, they turn it into something very, very bad. Those are the ones that will start to spot that, but you wear this thing like 2 weeks ago now. Which I understand too, because we're both in the business.
And that's why I said that it's good for you to learn this profession, so that you can know you can be mentored on how to charge your clients. Because this work is not a charity. Word. It's not a not-for-profit work.
Word.
So if you're being paid, you need to take care of the way you look.
Word, of course.
But if you're telling people to come and give you the job, that you do it for free, and you get on the job and you mess up because you're not being paid, you start like how some of my clients will say, Iyawolangbe, Emma bowo, because for some people they get pissed when you ask for money. They get pissed off.
That ask for money, sorry to cut you. I was going to ask that question before, and I told my producer yesterday when we were having that meeting, I said, producer, I'm going to ask Iyawolangbe this question. My producer said, yes, ask her this question. Please, I want to ask. And I know that this question will resonate with thousands, if not millions of people.
Okay.
Is it in the Alaga's character or duty? Did they bring it from up above? Or did they grow to understand the essence of doing it? Or why is it that they find so much joy in doing it that they will take hose, pipe, and straw. They would dig it deep into the man's pocket and all the friends of the husband. If you walk one step, you pay. 2 steps, you pay. You prostrate, you pay. You stand, you pay. You sit, you pay. You stand. Whatever you are doing, you are paying. You are paying. Why? Please, why?
No,
please,
so
why?
let me explain that place to you. I think a lot of people overdo it, right?
Okay.
But it's part of the tradition, because if you check the olden days, if you check on Google, when they talk about the traditional wedding in the olden days, there's this bowl that they put in front of the ebioko when they are coming in to show us that they are really like excited to come into our family. They put money. No. They use ashoke.
Okay.
So that's why sometimes I use ashoke instead of the bowl.
Okay.
They put ashoke on the floor to, put money. So that is, it's just a part of the tradition and customs of how it is being done in our tradition in Nigeria.
Okay.
Because the Igbos too, they have theirs. We Yoruba, we have ours. In fact, in Igbo land, it's even more expensive. We Yorubas, they'll just be like, hey, if you want, please leave them. Let them come. Don't worry, let them come. In Igbo land, you will not go. The money has to get to a particular certain amount.
Yeah.
On our side, they still modernize it to a large extent. Like they just say, if you want to feel it. But like I said, some people overdo it.
Oh, so it's not like, because
it's part of our custom.
There are sometimes when you go to a wedding,
don't overdo it.
You
people
will
overdo
be spending.
They overdo it. But let me tell you that I can assure you, if you watch one of my videos, one of my groom, even without telling him to spray, the guy is already spraying.
Of course, yeah.
A lot of people enjoy spraying on the day of their wedding because they're happy that they're marrying their best friend.
True.
So for us, this caliber of people, you don't have to stress yourself. Sometimes I won't even ask them again because some of them, without even telling them, they're spraying already.
Do you, back in Nigeria, I noticed that when they are putting these obligated currencies, right, in particular, these denominations, I beg your pardon, into maybe a bowl or something, you see 20 naira, you see 100 naira, then you see 1,000. The 5 denomination
parts.
Exactly. Yeah. That is back in Nigeria. Now, do you do that too? Like put $5, $10, $20, $100?
I do it
you do it too?
Canada, yeah.
Oh, really?
And it's interesting. Do you know that it's part of our culture? You just use it to pray for the groom.
Oh, so you still break down those
whenever he's going through his marriage journey, that all the denominations will not be found wanting in his pocket.
Oh.
It's a symbol of you being financially stable to pray for the groom.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's being put in place from our pay setters on this job. How the Alaga word started. Wow. It's not us that invented it.
Wow.
It's been done in the olden days when it started.
Oh, wow.
You need to pray with the denominations because it's a symbol for the husband, for the couple to be financially stable in every currency and in every denominations.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. So you still do that here? $20, $10?
I do it.
Oh,
you see some groups, they'll tell me that they don't have all this much more money. Oh yeah. Iyawolangbe, take this $50 for. Use it to pray in the different denominations.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Which is very, very great though, because I was wondering if you do that right here, because
yes, we do it.
It used to be done back in Nigeria.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, we know that this is a craft that you love so dearly. Is there an intention to take this craft to the next level by opening an institution or a school or some sort of mentorship program? Not one-on-one, by the way, just the way they have cohorts, is that something in the works for you, apart from, or you just want to stick to, coming for your wedding, I'm good at this, let's do it, I get my money, I give you the best feeling of your life and we're good? Or is there something in the works?
I always tell people that to handle a brand is one thing. And to be a teacher to other people, to be a mentor to other people is a different ballgame.
Word.
To be the leader of your team, being the one paying people, working for you is one thing. To be in charge of people's career, helping them to achieve their dreams in whatever you have done, that you have achieved success, is another thing. Training another human being takes a lot from you. Emotions, you're emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically. It's not easy to mentor people. I've mentored people on this job. Like, I've mentored a lot of people. I've mentored women on this job. But I can assure you that we have the good, we have the bad, we have the ugly. And if you don't develop the skin, you might not even want to do it anymore.
Wow.
Yes, I've mentored people. But the reason why I have not started taking up mentees in Canada is because I myself would just want to, like, psychologically, I want to be okay. Migration is not easy. Starting from the scratch, being a mother of grown-up children, being a wife to my husband, I'm a sibling to my own sibling. Like, I'm a sister to my own sibling. I'm a mother to my husband. I'm a mother to my kids. I'm a wife to my husband. I'm an employee to someone. And handling Iyawolangbe brand. I'm wearing many caps. So I want to be sure if I'm sane enough, like, don't let me use the word sane. If I'm ready.
Mentally.
To take up that mantle. Because you can't just, like I said, I'm not one of those people that do things because of money. I just don't wake up and say, oh, come and learn Alaga from me. Pay so money. It takes a lot to mentor another human being.
Wow.
You're coming from different background. These people have conformed to different things from where they grew up.
True.
So for you inculcating what you know, even for the fact that they want to learn things from you, it's not easy. So I need to be ready. And when I'm ready, sure, I will announce it. But for now, I'm okay, I'm fine.
Any last words to your fan? You don't just have clients now, you have fans. They are a whole lot of them.
I call them my lovers.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's just the grace of God.
Who's cutting onions?
It's just the grace of God for people to come to your page and acknowledge that you're really doing great. There's a Yoruba adage that says that that we should say thank you to people that they see you and they say hello to you. There are a lot of people that doesn't even look at your side, like they don't care.
Yeah, word.
So I'll just say this, and I always say, like, don't change who you are. Because people that will love you will still love you.
100.
And people that would not like you,
no matter what you do,
that will even give you like 0%. I'm saying 0% of likeness. They won't give. They will not even send your papa, even when you give them your kidney.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Be proud of who you are. Believe in yourself. Love yourself, and you see that the world will adjust. The world will definitely adjust. Just be who you are.
Nice words. Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up the show today, there is what is called Oriki in Yoruba. I don't know what it means. I feel it means some sort of edification. However, Iyawolangbe, would you like to, I don't know, would you like to do some Oriki? But what is Oriki, by the way? First.
People will pay me.
Where's my producer? Ladies and gentlemen, my producer is here, he's smiling.
Oriki is when you elegize people and you take it to their root.
Oh.
Where they come from.
Oh, I see.
Like someone that comes from like Agbowai Korodu, you take the eulogy to their
to the roots.
Agbowa,
oh, wow.
To their idile gangan, like to their family house.
So you said the gang.
Like their roots gangan, and you eulogize them like the way that they will say omo gba omo awo omo kine kan. You know, I'm from Lagos State.
Where by the way?
I'm from Lagos State. I'm from Isaleko gangan.
Isaleko, okay.
Yeah, I'm from Inobiri.
Okay.
In Isaleko.
That's my sister right there. That's my sister right there.
So for us, they will say omo ekwaro mi sale gbelegbe, and we sing that song that ekolog lokun losa awa lolorun fun. So that song is a song, and at the same time is an eulogy. And we talk about the Eyo part, and they say Eyo ayele Eyo babantawa to fi góòlù ṣeré. A ò ní sanwó ìbòdè kí lẹ́dùn gbé owó lẹ́dùn gbé kí ló fi ṣe aṣọ la ó fi rà aṣọ kí lẹ rà ẹyẹ òyìnbó ẹdún jalè èyí àtọ̀ èyí àgbọ̀. You know, so that's where I'm really from. I'm a proper Lagos girl. But I don't really talk about it much. When I go to events, I talk about where my husband comes from. That is Ekiti. My husband is from Ekiti, Ikole local government. And they normally eulogize them and say, Omo be, Omo ewa short tere bi epo, Omo Ajayi Ogidi Olu.
Oh my God.
Ajayi Ogidi Olu oníkànga àjípọn.
Oh wow, I'm sold, guys. I'm sold already. I'm sold. Do you do this to your husband? Maybe when you
sometimes when I want to snatch his card. And I'll look at him and tell him, and I'll say all those things. Ọmọ be ọmọ ẹwà ṣọ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀ bí epo ọmọ Àjàyí Ògìdì Olú oníkànga àjípọn. Ọmọ tó ọkùnrin tó síngbọnlẹ̀ gògòrò tóbìnrin kò lọ́jà tó níbẹ̀lẹ̀ yóò jọkọ ẹni a sì jálè ẹni.
He just gonna be like, which of this card do you want?
Be like, for me, go and get what you want.
Which of this card do you want? Use it.
Because there's nobody that you eulogize and his head will not swell now. Word. There's nobody that you eulogize to their root that they won't like their head will swell.
Wow.
Do you see how gospel artists eulogize people?
Yeah.
With words of God. Like the way they you see that people's head will swell. Even God will be happy.
True.
So that's the way Oriki works for people.
Wow.
And that's why when we sing songs, you see some people are really like very proud. Even though we still have some clients that if you sing from morning till night,
nothing will happen.
You'll just be like, hey, where's she? But some people, they don't joke with their root. And that's why I said our tradition can never be extinguished.
Let me quickly drop this before, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, we're going to wrap up in a bit. Just a bit. Let me quickly drop this in real quick. How do you bring energy? How do you bring vibe to I remember now, just because some persons, like you said, no matter how well you eulogize them, they are not pretty much interested. They just want you to get it over it and let's just wrap this up. How are you able to bring energy? How are you able to bring vibe to represent a family that doesn't, because vibe is a give and take.
Yep.
It's always a give and take. And it's always very frustrating if you don't get the vibe that energizes your vibe.
Yeah.
But how are you able to stay in that vibe landscape? And even apart from the fact that this family does not give you this vibe, you are still able to carry that vibe and that energy throughout the process. How are you able to do it?
Okay, so, naturally, there are people that are born to be public speakers.
Word.
And there are people that are naturally born with the love flesh. That when you see them, you fall in love with the person.
I agree 100%.
So I think I belong to that class of people.
Yeah, we're in the same WhatsApp group.
When you are sad, if you see me, you smile. Kilo de kilo shin, then ka go. Yeah, you little now. Right? So I usually tell some certain people that if you know that you are someone that you are not easily loved, there are some work you shouldn't be doing.
Please say that again.
You are not easily loved.
There's some work you should not be doing.
And you should not do them. Just pray for the grace of God if you actually want to do them.
Wow.
Naturally, some people, they don't smile.
True.
Imagine that person being an Alaga.
It's going to be a very devastating event.
You keep a straight face. Who wants to patronize that type of person? Or someone that's they're easily like they get upset over little things. You can't be in this space because people will frustrate you. People will say some things to you that you have to just swallow your spit and be like, okay, it is well. We need to move on with this. So coming to your question, there are some jobs that are actually difficult. That when you get to hold the mic, and that's why I said what I said, that you need to read the atmosphere. We are coming back to it now.
Yeah.
I said it first.
Yeah, you did.
That you need to read the atmosphere before you open your mouth to talk, so that you know what you want to say. Because some people, before the event starts, maybe the family, they've had one or two things that they're dealing with, maybe some disappointment from vendors.
Yeah.
You don't want to say something that will strike a chord, that they'll be like, oh, we are not interested anymore. You need to say something that will bring a soothing relief for them to want to be in that space, for them to be interested in that event.
Oh, wow.
And that is what I said, that I said this work is more spiritual than the eyes has met. So you have to be spiritual inclined to be an Alaga.
This is very deep though.
Joining two people is not something that is physical.
True.
And that's why you see a lot of us, when we're on the job, we pray, we eulogize God, we call God to, either in Muslim or in Christian way. You have to be spirit-filled. You just don't walk, you don't stroll into this job. It takes a lot from you.
Wow.
You're building a home. So you just don't come, hold the mic and say whatever you like.
Wow.
May God help us.
Ladies and gentlemen, may God help us. It has been a fabulous, it has been an amazing, it has been a stupendous time with Iyawolangbe.
Thank you so much.
She does not just understand the craft. She is into the craft. She loves the craft. And you can see from her videos on social media, when she's putting up, when she's doing some stuff, I always be like, really? But yes, she does. Thank you very, very much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you so much for having me.
We know that this was an amazing podcast session. We know that everybody who watched today, I've learned from the get-go of this podcast, I've learned so much. The difference between Alaga Iduro and Alaga Ijoko, yes. I didn't know about it before. I learned so much. And I know everybody watching too has learned a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are going to draw the curtain of this week's episode of your amazing podcast, the Afro Journal Podcast. Before I go, please, once again, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, like, and share. That is how we move forward. That's how we know that we are doing great works, and that's how you tell us to continue doing the great works. They call me the Mic Master. My name is Martins Benson. Until we join you, same place, wherever you're watching from, next week. You take care and God bless. From us in the studio, it is bye for now. Thank you.